Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Frey Experience. Of course, Tyler Frey. If you don't follow me on Instagram already, take a look right here, here, most likely right here. Alright, so I've been hearing a lot of negative things about this month's box. You know, I got 4 friends that are YouTubers for the California area. You got Austin, Hoochie Spinner Rod Searle, Tim, Delta Bass 209, and Quincy, Fishing the Mid-Mormon. Sorry, me. Then I'll be the 4th person then. And all of them are saying that they're getting some really they're getting one bait in particular that's absolutely terrible, and you look at this and you're like, what is this? What the hell is this? You know? And so hopefully, you know, this next month I will not be getting MTB, or I will, but it's just my yearly subscription's over, and I think I upgraded to the Pro box, so that'll be something a little bit different. So let's start it out. I'm really concerned. Yes. Okay, guys. So I did not get that bait. It's by Throwback Lures, and it's a freaking. It's like, okay, I described it to Tim, Delta Bass 209, because it was kind of hard to explain it. And it's basically a rattle trap, but it's like the shape of like a Nike Swish. It's really awkwardly shaped, and I didn't get it, so I'm absolutely happy. So this will have an MTB slam, hopefully. So we're going to save the best for last. We're going to start at the bottom. No? What are we going to start with? Alright, we're going to start off with Big Bite Baits because I like throwing tubes. I kind of gave it away already, but I've never really heard of throwing tubes on the Delta, so it'll be worth a shot. So we got Big Bite Baits right here. They're tubes. It retails for a 4-pack for $220, but I have 5 in here, so I guess I'm lucky. And they're in like a watermelon-y blue flake, which blue's normally pretty good on the Delta. Ooh, never mind. This is like a grayish, but I'll still give it a shot. And the way I like to rig my tubes is always, guys, I like to stick the weight all the way through it. And I'm probably going to go 1/4 ounce just for, or 1/8 ounce. No, we'll go 1/4 ounce or 3/8. But that's also a pretty good kind of thing right there. I knew I was going to be getting some tubes, Big Bite Baits. I knew I was going to be getting some tubes, so I kind of was hoping for a good color, and I kind of did get a good color. I don't like the fact that the big, the bait that I did get is not going to really work for the Delta, just because the fact that it's hard to explain. We'll get to it. So let's start off with some hooks, because everyone likes, I never say this right, but I think it's Bayashi or Bayachi. Kind of hard to, they're really hard. I don't understand like the name of it. It's just extremely hard. So it's the Fat Gap worm / tube hook, and its 2-pack is $140 and retails for a 5-pack for $350. So that's not too bad. And it does say you could use this for tubes, but I don't really foresee that unless you're going to Texas rig it. But I may actually use these just for the sheer fact that kill 2 birds with 1 stone. And let's go with the Ultimate Strike Minnow by B8 Lab. I think it's or it's Bait Lab. It's B. Letter B, 8 Lab. So it's Bait Lab, and they're called Ultimate Strike Minnows. And oh god, that's a terrible color. But they retail for $610, so that's not too bad for price wise. That's actually really bad price wise. I would never buy these. Let's go ahead and let's get you guys. Oh god, they just completely fell out of their packaging. They come individually packaged, so that's a good thing. I always like individually packaged baits, because they tend to stay better. You know, they tend to hold their shape and they don't get all screwed up. But here, this is what we're working with right now, guys, is like half a Kitech, so, and then a fluke kind of thing on top. I don't know really how to explain this, but I don't know how well that's going to really work for a slam. I may just cut this part off and just put a like a 1/4 ounce head on there and use that, just swim that around, see if we can pick off some fish around some docks. We'll be fishing some docks. It's kind of, I can't really, maybe they have the color of this on here, but I can't really. Oh, it's squid scented too. That's just wonderful. Yep, that's gonna be on my hands now. I don't really know the color. It's kind of hard to explain what it is. It's almost like a kind of like a root beer. It's like a watermelony root beery. It's really just it's a unique bait. Let's put it that way. But I'm not going to count these guys out just yet. Let's go ahead and put. I would recommend it like maybe a baby bass color or something a little more bluegill patterny or shad pattern for the Delta. But beggars cannot be choosers, and I'm having trouble right now putting them in. So next up is a bait that I have absolute confidence on the Delta. That's a square bill. Thank God I got one. It is the Suspending Crank by Baker Lures. Maybe they're from Bakersfield. Who knows? For $5.49. They're probably not from Bakersfield. But let's go ahead and take a look at that, guys, right there. That's not bad right there. It's what colors? It's the model. It's the RGD0 PO10. Doesn't really tell me. Oh, it's half ounce. That's actually pretty cool. Half ounce runs. It's 2 1/4. Depths of 1 to 2 feet. So that's not too bad. It's in not. It's actually. Let's open it up. Let's open it up because we're definitely gonna be throwing the. Tear the box right open. There we go. Cracker in the back. That's actually a really cool color. It's kind of a shaddy color right there. Kind of a citrusy kind of shad. And you know, a lot of people have been getting a soft body crankbait, and I'm absolutely glad I did not get that because the a soft body. My friend Austin, Spinning Rod Cyril, got it, and it's a legit soft body. There's no rattle to it. It's silent. And you know, I like to throw a silent bait like a jerk bait. I know there's a few companies that make a good silent jerk bait, and Lucky Craft is one of them. And a silent crankbait, which I like the XP1 Silent by Excite, of course. But I only throw silent baits when the water is super duper clear, because you don't need that when it's super duper clear. You want that. You can't even hear anything. That's the point. You want no rattle. That's just my opinion on it. That's how I was raised, because that's how my dad used to do it. So this bait right here, if the water is a little murky, hopefully that'll work, because it's not a bad color. Banging this off the rocks, parallel banks, throw around trees and docks, now surely catch fish. So last but not least is, it's called the Deep 2.5 by Skinny Bear, and it retails for $11.99. And again, that's another crankbait that I'll throw right there. Definitely going to be giving this a try. It is called Sexy. So it's definitely in a sexy shad. Let's open her up. You know, it's definitely in a sexy shad kind of a color. It's going to have some trouble getting her out of the box. But I'm not opposed to throwing deep running crankbaits on the Delta, especially in super duper shallow water or around docks, because fish hang around docks and they can suspend at any depth off the dock. So this is actually not a bad color. It has some blue on top. A couple rattles in there. It's not too bad. And I like how they have these wrapped up right here, the treble hooks, with some of that, with a little rubber band. And these hooks are sharp. Alright, let's get them off. So this is a pretty awesome deep running crankbait right here. This probably goes that's easily a 20-foot diver. So we're definitely gonna be trying this out. And I don't really throw 20-foot diving crankbaits, even though I have like 6 different 20-foots. I have a 30-foot diver. It's just the fact that it beats you up all day. I mean, Clear Lake, TOC, we were throwing 20-foot divers in 10 feet of water, just destroying the bottom. That's how we were catching our fish. And at the end of the day, you're sore. It's like lifting weights all day. You just got that, because you're always throwing on medium, heavy, and that it beats you up. You just feel that thunk, 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 this thing going back and forth, hitting the rocks. It does some damage to you. But this is actually a pretty darn good box. I'd say this is probably one of the best boxes so far. If I could change anything out, it'd probably be the swim baits that I got by Bait Lab. Not saying they're a bad, company, or not, just the color scheme that they gave me, but cannot disagree with it. It's definitely a different bait. Maybe it'll catch some fish. I may have to cut some of the parts off of it to actually catch a fish on it, but I think we can do a slam. Overall, my favorite bait would have to be the square bill right here, because I've been catching fish on this. Actually, yeah, it's about square. It's a square bill. And the hardest thing I think I'm gonna have trouble catching fish on is maybe this little swim bait or this deep running crankbait right here. I have these guys tied on and ready to go, and hopefully me and Tim can get on some fish. Hopefully Tim got his box, because my box normally gets here. It ships on the 10th. and gets here by the 13th, 12th or 13th actually. But it took 5 days for it to get here. It's the 15th of September, and I'm hoping that we could get a slam going. Hopefully catch some fish. I know I'll probably be able to catch some on this, and I'm thinking a tube too. But we're gonna have to try our best on this one. This is gonna be definitely something a little different. This is my first MTB slam on the Delta. I fished the Delta my entire life. I had some years in there where I didn't fish it for quite a while because they're, you know, my dad didn't necessarily like the Delta. He wanted a boat off the Delta, a TOC. Almost all the TOCs that are either on Clear Lake or the Delta. And you know, the trail that me and my dad were fishing for quite a while, it'd be Clear Lake, Delta, or Orville. And we fished the Orville and Clear Lake one because that's the one we could do pretty good at. I caught my PB spotted bass, 5 pounds, off of it, and that fish was worth $650. That paid for a lot of bait right there, a lot of fishing stuff. So that's one thing, and we never would fish the Delta. I don't know why, but my dad and I like the Delta, but we don't like fishing it. You know, I like it more because I can go out there and fish with my friends. My dad's, you know, he's getting older. He's losing the drive to fish. So I'm taking over the reins now, and I'm start fishing tournaments this year. Hopefully start that up again, fishing with myself, and hopefully find a partner. Leave a comment, guys, if you want to be my partner. I'm just kidding. Can't do that. I already have a partner in mind. So this has been another episode of Frey Experience, guys. This has been one heck of an unboxing. Absolutely, my heart was racing. Sorry, I'm still sick. It has been racing just to get this box to make sure I had a good box, and I clearly do. If I could change anything, like I said, it'd be the color of these swim baits and probably this. The color is absolutely great, but if it was just a shallow diver, you know, just a little bit smaller, like an 8 to 10, oh, that would kill on the Delta right now. But we got this guy right here. Hopefully we can catch some striper or some largies off this on the Delta. Stay tuned, guys. Slaps. Oh.